Hi everyone! Andrea from And Beyond and andbeyondimprov.com here to share with you several suggestions for how you can start getting better at handling confrontation and start helping the other people at your office get better at this too. As always, we're going to be using improv as our framework for building this skill. What I like to tell people when they hire me to come in and help their teams deal with confrontation and communicate better is that confrontation is like a river. It's just going to flow. And as your company is growing and as you're hiring more people, the waters are going to come. The rains are going to come. It's not because you're doing anything wrong. You're probably doing a lot of stuff right. Change creates tension. People that used to get along now need to learn how to operate with each other, how to communicate with each other in the context of all these changes. And it just creates stress and tension. And it's not your fault. It's just the natural way of things. But since we know that is the nature of confrontation, it is going to happen, it's going to be there, we need to be proactive about creating an infrastructure, creating a plan for what will happen. Otherwise, you don't get to be mad if it knocks your barn down when the river overflows, right? You need to have a plan ahead of time. So because of this, there's a few things that I like to teach people in order to be proactive, and just create a culture where we embrace confrontation. It's not that we learn how to manage it. It's not that we learn how to put out the fires. It's that we learn to start treating confrontation like what it really is, which is an opportunity for us to get to know each other better and for us to really, really build deeper relationships in order to have better ideas together and get better results working together. That sounds good, right? That's what we all want. Okay. So the very first thing is we are going to use our improv skill of honoring our scene partner in the fullest extent of what that means. So we're going to stop saying the words, "My door is always open." Don't say those words. Your door is not always open. Any old time that someone is angry or any old time someone wants to tell you their awesome idea, that they've been sitting with for a long time and they're really excited with, you're not necessarily at any given moment ready to receive that and fully honor it. So part of the "my door is not always open, let's set a time to have a real conversation," it's not just you being this unapproachable leader. That's not what it is at all. It's you honoring the other people on your team and making sure that when they need you, when they need your attention, that you can be fully present. So stop it with the "my door is always open" nonsense. No, it's not. You're probably very busy. You probably have lots and lots of meetings. So if that's the only way that people have to understand what they should do, if they have feedback that they want to offer, if they have an idea, if they want to advocate for themselves, if what they understand is that they either just wait for a review annually or hope that they can catch you when your door is open, the lived experience of you being so busy and not being around for them to talk to is pretty much going to paint a picture that says, no one here really cares that much what I have to say. And that's not how you feel. So let's make sure that there's an actual plan. Stop saying the words, "my door is always open." Show them that you're approachable by having an infrastructure. Show them that you care by honoring that infrastructure and being present and being available when you say that you're going to be. Skill number 2 is creating a culture of curiosity. So if you've followed me for a little while or if you've come to any of my talks, you have no doubt heard me say the words, choose curiosity instead of judgment. So in order to start really building a culture of curiosity, model what it looks like to other people when instead of jumping to a conclusion, instead of interrupting, instead of coming in with full certainty that someone else is wrong or the end of how a confrontation is going to go, model what it looks like to choose curiosity and to give people an opportunity to explain their point of view and where they're coming from. One of the main reasons why leaders don't do this is if they feel like there is evidence that they can point to that is, proving that what they think is true is true. I once was working with someone who fired an employee because he found a file on her computer entitled "Things to Do Before I Leave." And he took this to mean she's already on the way out. There was an understanding that this person was not happy, that this employee was not happy. He was saying things to me like, she was dressed up last week, so that means she's interviewing somewhere. But it turns out that that file was there for her to make sure she had a checklist of things to do before she leaves at the end of the day, so she didn't forget to do anything that was important in her client follow-up. Now, the thing is, you might hear that story and be like, oh, that's obvious. There's obviously, more to that. But those are only the things that you see when you're removed from it. When you are in it, when you are knee deep in it, I'm going to be honest, when he first said that to me, it didn't even occur to me that there was something else she could have meant by things to do before I leave, okay? When you are in it, there are emotions that are clouding your view. So make sure that you have people you can reach out to that feed your curiosity instead of feeding your primal instinct to protect yourself and your ego. Have those people around you and then model what it looks like to choose curiosity instead of judgment. Number 3, create a shared language around confrontation. So one of the things that we want to do in improv, we say you can't break it if you stay in the spirit of play. And what that means is you have to be able to stay present in the moment. You have to be able to stay collaborative. And one of the best ways that we can do that at work is by making sure we don't set people up for failure, making sure that we don't set people up to get in their heads and be worried that they're going to get fired or worried that there's some, big blowout that's on their way, okay? So in order to do that, let's make sure that from the very beginning of onboarding, as often as we can repeat it, we want to make sure that we are including this shared language so people know, hey, in our office when we say, let's circle back to something that happened, or that didn't sit with me, or I love Brene Brown says, she offers this language, the story I'm telling myself, which I love so much. Please look her up if you haven't read any of her stuff or seen her Netflix special. It's so, so good. But there are lots of ways. I'm more interested in encouraging you to get proactive about this than I am interested in offering you a script, because I believe that you have everything inside of you to do this well. The most important thing is for you to set aside the time. Do it right now. Pencil in time next week or whenever you have time to just come up with some shared language and make it part of your brand standard. Number 4, when you get invited to a negativity party, shut it down, okay? That is not helpful. Shut down the negativity and invite them to be brave, okay? Your scene partners, your coworkers are so capable of being brave. You guys are so capable of being brave. In improv, we believe in honoring our scene partner as a creative genius. And part of that means you don't always need to run in there and get involved and save the scene. Sometimes hanging back and letting other people figure it out is how they really get their legs under them and really find this new layer of confidence to handle it. So it might be easy if you get invited to a negativity party to kind of want to meddle or get in there as someone who maybe has a little bit more seniority at the company or a little more experience as a professional. You might want to get in there and fight that battle for them. Don't do it. Encourage them to be brave. Part of being a good improviser is knowing when you're not needed on stage. Give the people around you opportunity and encouragement to succeed by being brave and courageous. Okay? So those are 4 tips for collaboration and communication in the midst of confronting others and in the midst of conflict and tension that just naturally arises whenever there's change and growth. And those are good things. Change is a sign of life. So I hope that's helpful. Please reach out to me. Leave any comments that you have, questions about confrontation. Leave those in the comments and I will get back to each one individually. And in the meantime, if you would love to get notes of mindful improv encouragement, every week we send those out. Sign up for our email list. There is good stuff in there every week to help you as a leader, as an individual, maybe as someone who aspires to be a leader. There is stuff every week, mindful improv encouragement to help you get where you want to be and grow in a way that honors your intentions. So I hope you'll sign up for that. The link for that is also in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.